In this video, we're going to be looking at exactly what HEX can do in the future, folks. HEX is on an absolute tear since the beginning of January 2023. In fact, it's already gone up 300% just in the last few days alone. Now, this is an incredible opportunity, and I want everyone to make sure that you're taking advantage of such an amazing opportunity. But this comes to beg the question then. How high can the price of HEX really go? And that's what we're going to be diving into in this video today, folks. Stay tuned, stick around, enjoy the content, and let's take a little peeky weeky at exactly what HEX might do here in the future. So as you can see, this is the HEX trading view, or this is the HEX Uniswap chart since its in existence. This is HEX launched in December of 2019. Now, this does a really good example of showing exactly how much it's done during this time. Now, folks, this is on the logarithmic scale, so you must understand that it has big moves in between, and this is also on a monthly chart. But just in this amount of time, for HEX's existence, this is actually showing a 92,000% return, whereas there are some charts showing a 1,000,000% return. Now again, or 920,000% return. And there's other charts that are showing a 1,000,000% return, such as the 10,000X. Now this one here is showing us a 9,200X, which is still an incredible return if you ask me. So let's see what HEX might be able to do here in the future using this same sentiment and using the same charts. You also have to understand a couple of things about HEX first. HEX is a certificate of deposit type coin on the blockchain system. The idea behind it is you can actually stake this coin and earn more coin of that particular one. Now, the one that you're earning is more HEX every single day. It's a trustless system that allows you to earn passive income. So if you want to find out more information about HEX, I highly advise going to check out go.hex.com and look into what HEX is all about. Start doing some research because you do not want to miss the opportunity of a lifetime that is literally right before your eyes. So we know that it's already done a massive return, and over the last few months, yes, it has been down, and it actually has gone down roughly about 96%. But if you are in crypto and you're familiar with crypto, then you have to understand that dips and volatility are in the game. In fact, most altcoins will have some form of dip, and a good correction for altcoins is considered to be 90% or more. So now that HEX has already gone down past the 90% mark, we can essentially pretty much say we are pretty close to the bottom of where it is right here. So let's check to see exactly what we might be looking for going forward in the future. Now, I put a little chart here, and I did this breaking it down using the pattern chart over here. Now, this chart is going to allow us to see what exactly might be feasible and might be possible using the exact same charts that's already happened for HEX and just basically copying and pasting that into these other years. So if you can come in here, you can see we're at 2023 through this whole time. We cusp into 2024 here and then into 2025. So based on what we're seeing on this chart alone, it looks like HEX is probably going to end up closing 2023 around the $1 mark, folks. Now again, that is a phenomenal return on your money because why? Currently, the price of HEX is sitting at 6 cents, folks. Yes, I say that again, 6 cents. So that is a nice, good 10x return, if not even more on your money, because at 10x we're at 60 cents. So that's a good almost 15x return. Now let's take a look into see what really may be happening, because what we know is typically during a bear market and a bull cycle, it goes through its ebbs and flows. We know that crypto has its volatility and it has its ups and downs, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride, folks. So trying to understand this in a better metric, let's see if we can break this down. Knowing that after a full year of a bear cycle, typically what you will see is a 1-year accumulation phase. Now, this is what 2023 is essentially being. We're looking to go back to return to all-time highs, probably around the summer of 2023 based on this example of what we're looking at right now, and again ending the year somewhere in the ballpark of around $1, which is again a great return on your money. Now this is one example that you can see, and that actually puts us all the way up to essentially $26 by 2024. So yes, again, I say that once again, $26 per hex coin in 2024. Now this is again using one metric, and we're going to go through and check out a few metrics to see if we can understand this a little bit more, and maybe again use some other ideas that may come into play as well. But this is a phenomenal return of your money, because folks, if you end up getting this from this point in time from 6 cents all the way up to $25, you are looking at a nice 42,000% return, or a nice 424x your money. Now this is going to be caught with a lot of questions, people wondering how is it possible that one coin can reach such a price. This is easily possible because way back in the day you used to get millions if not billions of hex when the price was well below a penny. And in fact, so many folks have traded, done so many other things with it, staked it, got rid of it, got out of the project, bought more higher. But instead of doing the billions of transactions like you were seeing here in these days when hex was sub 1 penny, you start seeing hundreds of millions over here, and people are starting to understand that one day we will only see millions of hex being traded instead of hundreds of millions, and then one day there's going to be hundreds of thousands of hex being traded. And this is how it works. It is called a redistribution of wealth. Happens with every good crypto project out there. That is how the price can continue to pump while separating and actually getting into the hands of newer folks. So one person may have the clue or mind mentality to go and sell their hex, and when they do, they can cash out, and great for them, they've made some good profits. But what they do in that scenario is they typically redistribute that wealth, and we're going to take a look exactly what I'm talking about there in just 1 minute. So this is one example of what we're seeing. Now what if we break it down into a weekly chart and try to understand this in a better system here? So if we see this here, what we're going to do is using the Fibonacci retracement. Now this is an actual tool that a lot of folks will use while trading. They try to get a good understanding of exactly what might happen here in the future. So what we can see is if we take it from the all-time low of when hex first launched, and it actually dropped essentially 95% right at the very beginning, it then went up and did a local high right here, roughly around 0.04 of a penny, and then drop back down again. Now what we can see is through this retracement level, they actually got pretty darn close to hitting this 2.618 level, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today, folks. This 2.618 level is going to be a key indicator, and it's going to be the number that we are going to be using when trying to figure out what the price of hex might possibly be here in the future. Now let's take again another example to see what may happen, and we're going to be going through and using the time right before big payday, when again the local low was roughly around where were we at, 0.2 of a penny. It got up to past big payday, and then it had the nice drop right after to follow. What we can see once again is hex broke the 2.618 level that we were talking about. Now again, this 2.618 level is going to be an indicator that we are going to be focusing on. It actually passed the 2.618 indicator when it went up, and I want to use this metric as an understanding of what might be possible here in the very near future. And by near future, folks, I am mentioning by a couple of years, okay? Yes, you can get rich in crypto quickly. However, you do have to have at least some long-term mindset, folks. Like, I get you could get rich within a day, a month, 6 months if you choose correctly, get in at the perfect time, put in at the right time. You can have it happen, but for most folks, you got to hold on to this crypto for at least 2 to 5 years to really see some real big gains. In fact, what they usually say is in the first cycle you're in crypto, you learn. In the second cycle in crypto, you earn. So that's 4 years of a cycle. 3 years of a bear, or sorry, 3 years of a bull, 1 year of a bear. So those first 4 years you're learning, you're trying to figure out exactly how crypto works, the best plays, you have to make some decisions, you have to make some errors, you learn, folks. In the second cycle of crypto, the next 5 to 8 years, that is when you're really gonna be earning in crypto. So have a long-term mentality when you are messing with this stuff. But folks, let's just take this and see what we can break down and see what we can actually extrapolate from this information here. So currently the local low of HEX during this little bear market has been right about 1.8 cents, 1.7 cents, somewhere in that region. Now I am making an assumption here that we are probably going to end up getting up to roughly about 10 cents because we have a lot of hype happening around HEX right now. If you don't know, HEX is a Richard Heart product, should I say it? It is completed. He is also coming out with a new project. It's called Pulse Chain, and it's gonna have a decentralized exchange built at the same time called Pulse X. Now, using these metrics, I can assume that we have a lot of announcement happening probably pretty freaking soon. So I'm gonna just run this up to roughly about 10 cents. I can see HEX getting there, especially within the announcement of Pulse Chain Testnet v3 coming out, or even the announcement of Pulse Chain launching at XYZ block number. Now, if we do end up going up to 10 cents, and I can assume we are probably gonna have a pullback as well. So let's just do a slight little pullback, and I don't think we're really gonna get down, but let's just say it gets down to around 4 cents, okay? Well, again, let's take a look at the 2.618 number. Why? Because that's the metric that we've been using this whole time. Now, folks, that is saying the price of HEX would be $3.48 per HEX. Now, again, this is using two different metrics. I'm just trying to understand and trying to get a better understanding of what the price may end up getting into, but this is a huge opportunity for you to share with your friends, to share with your loved ones. And if they don't believe in it, guys, don't force it. There's no need for it. If they want to go buy when the price of HEX is $1, $3, $5, $10, let them, bring them on, welcome them, right? This is an exciting opportunity, I believe, for every single person here in the crypto industry / crypto space. Now, this is just one metric that we're referring to. This is a simple metric of what could happen just holding the tokens. Now, I could easily see this happen because, folks, we have gotten more stakers, more followers, we have more folks getting into HEX than ever, okay? And so I want to share another one real quick. Whoops, not that one. I want to share one more page, and this is going to be kind of showcasing exactly what I was mentioning in the beginning, that redistribution of wealth. Now, let me move and hide myself for just 1 second. Boop. Cool. So this is another website you can see. It's called dexscreener.com. And all we're trying to do here is try to showcase exactly what I'm referring to. The redistribution of wealth happens every single day. People are in fact going to sell. People are going to take profits. And folks, it's okay. Taking profits is something that you learn in the first cycle of crypto, and then you earn and you actually have the ability to take those profits going forward in the future. So this is exactly what I'm referring to right here though. The buyers versus the sellers, okay? Now the buyers over here showing 238 buyers. These sellers have 155 sellers. So this is exactly what we're referring to, because look at this, folks. These sellers have in fact sold $2 million worth of volume in terms of their sell volume, whereas the buyers are sitting at 1.6 million buyers. However, you can see that there are more buyers than there are sellers. And this sell volume is okay. Selling is gonna happen in the crypto. It's part of the game. So this is what I'm referring to, and this is why I do see it being very possible to attain the levels that we saw just a moment ago, where the price of HEX could end up reaching a crazy high number in your heart of hearts that could end up reaching as high as $26. Now, again, even if we assume that the price will go up to the 2.618 level, we are looking at the $3.42 range. So this is definitely very possible. And I wanted to share this information with all y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below and how far you think HEX will go.